entered December, heading towards Christmas. Whoop-de-doo! Except sometimes I think that the Grinch stole Christmas from Lewis High Street. But we've got a little bit of fun and games today, haven't we?
Oh, yes.
We have.
Life is full of surprises.
Absolutely. And the first thing is, I like to always celebrate these things with a drink. Woo! Gobbly, gobbly, gobbly. What have we got here?
Ta-da!
Ah!
This is the
And this is the bottle we've been following.
We have.
We have indeed.
It's been complete now for 2 weeks, but because I've been so busy with other things, I haven't had a chance to drop by and catch up with you. But that's the chappy there.
Yes.
So now
Oh, look, it's got the froth and everything we
it
talked
has.
about.
Yes, it has indeed. Yes. There's the froth. So what I've done, I've made the froth not so shiny because it's kind of got that matte.
Right.
It hasn't got that brightness about it, but the actual bottle is nice and bright and shiny. You can see if I wave that about the canvas, you'll see it shimmers.
Now, I've gone to bed dreaming about this day in, day out, but other people will have forgotten what we were talking about. So talk us through how we got onto this and how to make it, how to make it a subject.
Right, well, as you know, I love doing vintage food, and I think all the viewers may know if they follow myself and yourself together on these chats and stuff. I love doing vintage food and drinks and merry-go-rounds and just nice old-fashioned things, you know, like bubble gum machines, Coca-Cola bottles with the nice sort of, the straw that has the red and white going up.
Right.
So, and
Lollipops.
I thought, lollipops, that's right, ice creams, you name it, it's there, you know. And this little chappie, I thought, well, hang on a minute, because they're actually doing away with these smaller bottles. This size bottle is becoming extinct, basically, because they decided they don't sell so much off the shelves. So
Really?
they're keeping to the big. This is a bit of research that I was doing when I was chatting to them.
You went and chatted to them, did you? You went to ask them about the
I
bottles?
haven't met Mr. Jenny yet, but I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But basically, the deal was that I went in the shop and I talked to these people working in the shop. Oh, I'm painting some bottles, and they said, oh, come and choose some bottles. It was really lovely. And I said, well, how come we don't do many of the smaller sizes then? And they said, oh, we are doing away with them simply because the bigger ones are more in demand.
Oh, really?
So it's what we drink and get merry and be cheerful and go,
yes,
hey!
people are drinking more.
After all these times, you don't blame them, do you, really? So that's why I thought this is a really good thing to do. Paint the nice small bottles before they go, before they disappear off the shelves, basically.
Absolutely.
So
That's brilliant.
this is it. And I've popped in there about 4 times into the shop, and Mr. Jenner, I tell you, he's hard to get hold of.
Oh, I know.
He's like a witch in the wind,
Yeah.
But
well,
anyway,
I mean, he's also, I think, the High Sheriff of East Sussex, or of Sussex, I suppose. So that keeps him busy as well. I think he has to put on these this sort of velvet knickerbocker thing and turn up at various things. So it is keeping him. And of course. 2 things, perhaps, if we can digress for a moment, is he was master of, I think it's the Brewers Hall in London. They have these,
that sounds interesting.
what do they call them? They're guilds.
Oh, guilds, okay.
And he was the chairman or the president or whatever of that. And in fact, that was the reason, I think, is why the Queen came to visit Harvey's not too long ago. I mean, not too long before.
It was about 3 years ago.
About something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, wasn't it?
So he's a man that's very much in demand for various things. Anyway, I digressed.
That's okay.
Carry on. Right. So you were in talking to the people in the shop, and they said, "Here, have as many bottles as you want."
Not quite as many as I wanted, but But I'm not going to be greedy. It's not about being greedy. I just came and bought a couple, got a couple as well, and I've got 4 different flavours or brews. I don't know what you call it. Do you call it a flavour, or is it a different brew,
or a taste, or whatever?
So I was thinking about doing like maybe 3 of these other ones like this in the same sort of size bottle, but just with different labels.
No, I think that would be a very good idea. A set of 4.
Yes, that's what I want to do. So I want to create it into a postcard. So people, our Lewis folk, can actually think, or even tourists can come in the shop and go, oh, that's nice. It's famous for the Harvey's brew, and therefore we've got a nice little postcard.
Yeah. Harvey's Brewery, I mean, we might as well talk about Harvey's Brewery a bit because this is what you've done. They're very interesting. I actually wrote a book 3 or 4 years ago with the inspiring title of Business Journalism. The publisher wouldn't let me give it a fancy name because they said, no, this is going into universities and that's what the students will be looking for. So they did. But I included Harvey's in as an example of they never advertise. They market in the sense that they get the community behind them and the community talks about them.
Backs them.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
really good
I mean,
idea,
you can go
yeah.
miles and miles and miles from here, and somebody say, Harvey's, oh, wonderful, yeah. And it's all because the community have taken to them and they involve themselves in the community, and it's their form of marketing, and it's so successful.
Well, funny enough you should say that. When I actually completed this piece, I think it was been 2.5, 3 weeks ago, I think it is actually, come to think of it. And I remember putting this on the Lewis Present. You know, there's a Facebook page, Lewis Present.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, hang on a minute, let's put it on there as well. So I had the opportunity to do that, and I put that on the website. But since putting that on the website, we've got a little family member that's joined our family.
Aha, right.
She's quite a little fairy friend. She's very beautiful, and her name is Minnie. So she's going to be joining.
And what is she?
She's a little French bulldog.
A French bulldog?
Yes.
A French bulldog?
A French
As
bulldog.
opposed to an English bulldog?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's a little bit smaller, and her features are more softer.
Right.
She's-
Because isn't
she's
it
very
funny?
young,
Because
yeah.
one of the ladies who works here at the hotel showed me a picture of her dog, and it's an English bulldog. So yours is the second bulldog I've been introduced to today.
Oh wow, well, must be a catch, a phase of long bulldogs. Yeah,
And then that takes us to
yeah.
Bulldog Drummond. Neither of you remember who Bulldog Drummond is, do you? No. Well, nowadays you have detective novels and so on and so forth. Bulldog Drummond was, when I was a boy, was the detective. He was a sort of James Bond of his time, yeah. So you remember when you're looking at bulldogs, he's marvellous actually. I point to our director producer here, Max, and he pulls out his phone and he says, pull out your phone and say Bulldog Drummond and see what you get. So we've got a French bulldog, we've got an English bulldog, and we've got Bulldog Drummond the detective.
That's brilliant.
And all because we have a bottle of Harvey's in front of us. Yeah.
That's funny how the conversation
Now, tell me how you got this. I mean, did you go and get it to fizz, or is that a fizz of your imagination, or?
Well, I did. I got the bottle outside on a nice hot sunny day, not quite so hot, but warmish. Got the bottle out, and what I thought I did the bottle on its own with the top on it. I thought it just doesn't look quite, hasn't got that pizzazz as much. Don't get me wrong, it's lovely. The bottle of Harvey's is there, and this label is there. But I thought, no, I need a bit more pizzazz, a bit more, a bit more life to it. So I thought, oh, I know what to do. So I took the top off, and I thought, I just fizzed it up a little bit and just thought, see what happens. And not a lot really happened. So I really shook it, and I had to really hook the camera. And I had the camera in one hand, shaking the bottle, get my hand away from and then as much as I could. So
And this is the result?
Yeah, that's the result, yeah.
Oh,
So-
well, terrific. Well, now, I mean, turn it around and show it to me.
Yeah, sure.
We've shown everybody's seen it except me, really. That's fantastic. Oh, yes, and you've got the sheen of the glass, and this went on to Facebook.
I put it on Lewis Present Facebook.
Oh, did you get many hits?
I think I can't remember now how many likes I got. Was it about 25 maybe?
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent.
And talking
Well, you better put it up a second and a third time.
Yeah,
What I've discovered about all this social media stuff is that people, they only go in so often, so they miss a lot because it scrolls down.
Yeah,
So you have to keep on putting stuff at the top. So I think that should go up again. Yeah.
I'll put it on again.
Right, yes, absolutely. And then you put up your French bulldog.
I could put up Little Minnie.
Absolutely, Little Minnie. Is that
Yes,
Little
her name is
Minnie?
her name is actually Minnie.
Minnie.
Yeah.
And how old is she?
She's 2, just gone 2.
And,
2.5.
who's she been with prior to you?
Well, this is it. We don't know about the background. They've said she's been in about 2 or 3 homes, and I think she's had litters as well. So I think they used her for breeding.
Right.
Just a little while.
She's of gentle nature?
She is with humans, but with the dog in species, she has a lot to be desired yet. We're working on it. We've got the trainer coming in and helping us. And
When I lived in Canada, we had a Great Dane.
oh wow!
And he was 3 inches taller at the shoulder, which is how they measure the height, than the average Great Dane. He was as soft as a brush. We'd have a cocktail party, he would lie there, people could tread on him and so on and so forth. Show him another dog.
This is Mimi. She's the most beautiful animal. She'll play with you, do tug of war. She's such a beautiful animal. The moment she sees another dog, so she goes into operatic mode and it's stop me.
Oh, well, that's okay. As long as she's good with humans, that's the main thing.
Yeah, she is.
That's lovely. Okay, so now let us turn to the season to be jolly.
Absolutely.
What have you got in mind for Christmas?
Well, we know the Black Friday is just gone.
Oh, yes.
We did some discount with some of my work, and I have more paintings sold. So
Oh,
that's
did you?
amazing. Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Where from?
Ones, but from R5. So I'm really, really delighted. Really delighted.
Yeah. When I said where from, I meant where did who bought them?
Oh, there were 2 customers, so
Right.
they bought 2 of each.
Right. And
So
where were
that's
they
amazing.
from?
One of them I know is from the Brighton area.
Oh, right.
Which is
Okay.
fantastic.
Locally.
And
Yeah.
the other, and she's kind of a regular buyer, which is fantastic. And the other customer, I don't know who they are.
Right.
But yes,
You sometimes you don't know where your paintings go to.
not all the time.
Oh gosh, no, that's interesting. I've always thought that you kept track of these things. But
Well, I do. I do tend to ask. I know it's a lady called Judith, and that's about it. But I don't know where she's come
so
from.
Black Friday was a good day for you.
It was a really good Friday. Yeah, it
Oh,
was really
excellent.
good.
And did this go from the gallery or from
It's
your?
fine at the gallery.
All right,
Mhm.
right.
So,
Now explain to people once again your gallery.
Okay, so basically it's based in Brighton, in the South Lanes. You know where the Mesmerist pub
Right.
is? It's like a pub bar type place,
Mhm.
and literally 2 doors along on the right hand side of it. As you
Right.
look at the Mesmerist, it's 2 doors along.
Yeah.
And it's
Is this
lovely-
the lanes or the north lanes?
the lanes?
Lane
yeah,
lanes,
the
yeah,
proper-
yeah.
lanes, as they call it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
I always
the
call it
village.
South
The
lanes.
old
'Cause you've got the
village.
north lanes. Gets confusing, doesn't it? So it's a gallery situated in the heart of Brighton, and
Yes.
it's got so many styles, so many like vibrancy bits of work. Some compositions are very surreal and quite mad, but I like the mix. There's lots of vibrancy, lots of life in this art,
Yes.
And it's such a nice to be part of that team, bringing your work to life for people to love, for people to enjoy. That's what art's all about.
Yeah.
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 As well as doing it and creating it, I absolutely love it. It's like a therapy for me. It's something I've done all my life.
Yeah.
But when I actually get it on the wall and you see all these other artists and myself, just when you get a sale, it's lovely. You're like celebrating each other. You're just
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
to. That's what art's all about. It's
Part of the crowd.
Just be loved.
Yeah.
The next thing I'm doing towards Christmas. I'm doing these 3 lollipops together, and in the background, I'm going to do. It's a surprise, actually. I'll let you guys all wait. I'll let you viewers wait.
Right. Okay.
Because it's a slightly
Here is a Christmas mystery. Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like I no longer can make up my mind whether I should leave milk for Father Christmas or a brandy.
A carrot.
A carrot.
Likes carrots. So my son tells me. That was last year, but Johnny
right.
said to me, he said, "Mummy, is Santa real?" Oh, what did you just ask me? I said, he goes, "Is it real, Mummy? Come on, tell me."
Right.
I went, "I think you know the answer to that." And I just left it all to his.
Well, now I'm expecting a tongue-in-cheek picture, which you showed it in the next programme, of Father Christmas eating a carrot.
You can do caricature if you like. I haven't done caricatures for a while, but hey.
Well, there
let's
you
roll
go,
with
a
that,
new
let's roll
challenge.
with it.
You get one every time you come on this programme. Did you find out about Bulldog Drummond?
I not really, no.
Oh,
Usually I'm very good at these things, but
you can't come up with Bulldog Drummond on that? So normally what he does is, these things fascinate me. You really got to paint one of these things, because what he does is he says, "Show me Bulldog Drummond." The bloody phone does the
Well, it's
job
Google
for him.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's, we didn't work like back in the day, like, I don't know, 10 years plus ago. Google wasn't there.
No, absolutely not.
You had to wait. You had to go to the library, didn't you, to go
Yeah.
and find things out and do all your research.
Yeah.
Because every library in East Sussex, what can I do when I find
That's
anything?
right. Everybody's got a
Every
book that
library.
they forgot to return. Yes.
But I kind of like those days where I'd sit hours in the library doing lots of research. But
Yeah.
those, no,
Yeah.
you don't do that now. Hey Google, what's this? Or Wikipedia, or what's
Yes,
your
that's
website
right.
comes up, you've got it.
The library was also a place that you could see people with fellow interests and so on. You were there searching the shelves and so on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now there's another one. You see, there's a forgotten era you should
It kind
start
of
to. I'm telling her what to paint. Oh God, stop
Well,
it!
I'm
Stop it! Stop it!
halfway-
Stop
I'm
it!
halfway there with all the vintage things I do.
Yes, you are.
You know,
I mean,
maybe I'll
it's
paint out
wonderful.
ivory.
Yeah, yeah.
Lots
But
of
the-
books on the bookshelf. Or
But I mean, you know, with your eye as an artist, you see things which I don't see, and then I suddenly think, yeah, they're not around anymore. And
That's
and
what
it
I'm
gives
trying to
evokes
capture.
memories
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
you know the life that was that I haven't even realised has disappeared.
Reminisce, that's what my work is about, reminiscing. It's just like looking at something. But I love doing iconic, bold things as well. So I kind of incorporate that as well. You know, that sort of
Yes.
boldness and
Yes. Now,
iconic.
how is my banana split?
It's still hanging on the shelf. It's still hanging there proudly in the gallery.
Right, and nobody's actually bought it.
Not yet. I had a few inquiries about it.
Have you? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I think,
great.
You know, leads.
Yeah, that's
as they
great.
Call it, but
Yeah, yeah.
nothing's come out the bag as yet.
Right.
But
But I think we should remind people that your paintings actually go all over the world. People from all over the world buy them. I mean, it wasn't Patagonia, but there was some
Panama.
Panama. That's right.
You
Yeah.
weren't too far out.
Yeah, right continent.
Yeah, exactly. That begins with a P. Yeah, so you kind of, you're not too bad there.
I mean, I think that's terrific. Your work is, in various parts of the
southern
world.
hemisphere.
Yeah.
Totally.
Actually, we must actually get you.
Still wait for that New York spot, but
Well, let me say, I was just working on the pitch for our New York program today, and that will go off in the next 10 days or so. So perhaps by the new year, I'll be able to tell you whether we're going there in March.
oh well.
Right, yeah.
Yes, well, we'll watch this space.
Absolutely, yeah. And,
You have to give me a bit of notice to make sure I get the nice few days off.
oh, I will. Yes, but we can't go without you. But,
Oh, no, exactly.
and once again, remind people this isn't the end of the year program, but nonetheless we are edging towards that. So remind people also your fascination with things American, like the walk signs and so
Oh,
on.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. You know, I love iconic, old-fashioned things like, just trying to find little subjects and the white space around it, and the image just pops out on the canvas. That's what I'm looking for. So, like, you've got the lights that hang.
Yeah.
You've got the don't walk, and you've got the man, haven't you? I know we have them over here as well.
Yeah, no, but
I really
they are a
think,
New York
so
iconic. Yeah,
aren't
that's
they?
right. Yeah.
Or you've also got the hot dog or the hamburger, the long tall hamburger. I think all the relish and all the sauces
Yeah,
coming
that's
down. I
right,
can see
yeah.
that. And
Yes.
all the candies they have. You know the bazooka triangle. Not triangle. What's it called? It's bazooka. I think a Bermuda triangle. Sorry, it's called bazooka. You know the bubble gum.
Oh,
It's got
right.
a colourful wrap around it.
Oh,
you
yes.
know the bubble gum I showed
Yes,
on our
absolutely.
latest
Can't remember
programme.
its name, but I know what you're talking
It
about.
was the bubbly one I showed you, wasn't it? The round
Yeah.
one, which is a
That's
UK
right.
kind of version.
Yes.
But in America, they have these bazookas where they have a little comic strip as you open the wrapper.
right.
It pops out. So something like a bazooka, or
Yeah.
and I tell you what we did the other day. My son and I, and one of my bestest friends, we went and took Felix to piano. Watched him on the old piano, getting good there, which is fantastic. I'm so proud of him. But on the way home, he goes to me, because I've done so well on the piano today, do you think there's any chance we can pick up those donuts in the garage on the corner there? Because he gets his favourite donut. I thought, okay then, as you do. You think, I'm so proud, and my best friend kept going, yes, go on, do it, you've got to do it. And I went, okay. So we walk into the garage, pick up the donuts, they're American, they haven't got the holes in them. And as he went over to the other side of the garage, he sees all this American candy. And there's a great big, like, plastic sort of, I don't know, container of them. It looks like a cup. So he goes, Mummy, please, can I have this as well as a donut? So I couldn't resist. So there's me with my sweets,
of
my
course.
interest of sweets, and him wanting them as well. My best friend goes, oh, they look nice. So we just bought them. And like, yes, and on the way home, we're eating all this American candy.
Oh, that's
I'm
great.
looking at it and thinking, okay, next suspects are going to be there. We'll take some American candy.
Now, there's
So-
one other thing that I would like you to paint. While we're in New York, you can take a look. And that is something which we don't really have over here, but is very typical in New York, and that's a Reuben sandwich. You know what a Reuben sandwich is?
I've heard of it. What is it again? Please remind me.
It is the Jewish beef, the smoked beef, not smoked beef, but
Okay.
I forget what they call that, on rye bread. And it is very New Yorkish.
Has it got like gherkins in it?
Yes, you can have gherkins in it. Yeah, those
They have
little
like
gherkins.
pastrami
Yeah,
ham
yeah.
as well, don't they?
Pastrami is what I'm after. Pastrami on rye. That's a Reuben
I think
sandwich.
I have had it. Yeah, I had it when I was in New York.
Yeah.
So we could do
Did you?
those.
Yeah,
as
well,
well.
you've got to paint it with the Reuben.
There's
yeah.
a market
And
there.
even if you only take a photograph of it there, yeah.
Oh, that's exactly what I'll be doing. Because anything I say, well, I just finished my bout of art lessons, by the way. Now I was telling you about the art lessons.
Right.
I was teaching a lovely lady that I know, Lois, and she's become a very lovely friend. I know her 30 odd years ago, we reunited. Then she wanted the art lessons, which is just fantastic. So I finished it like 2 weeks ago, the last it was last week. And she said, I just love doing the art lessons with you. And it's so great. Anyway, I was deviating. What were we just talking about? My head was gone. I was talking about...
We were talking about a Reuben sandwich.
That's it, it's the sandwich, that's right. And she goes, I know I was into now. Basically, when she's at home, I said, don't paint from life all the time because the light source changes. And I always say this to people, it's best to take a photo. It's because when you're painting from a photo, the light source is always there.
Right,
Your colour's
yeah.
not going to change. And I think I've said this to you quite a few times. You know, when I was going on the Downs, and I did those when you first did our interviews together, and I was doing the tree scenes. Well, you know, the camera was my best friend.
Yeah.
It always is. You know, the reference just stays where it is. It doesn't change. It doesn't. So when I was teaching, you know, doing my art classes, that's the thing I always just sort of say. Because I was doing a sunset sketch of her the other day, and the thing just changed within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Sunsets are quick. You have to be so quick, and it's like by the time you get it onto paper, it just moves too much. And
Yeah,
it's just
but if you
like,
click, you've
flick
got it
a
there.
button like this, and you've got a film of it and a freeze of it. It's fantastic. It works really well.
Have we found Bulldog Drummond?
Oh my god, that's still supposed to be
Mad.
on.
He's not with it today. He's but anyway, we've really come to the end of our little chat. So what we will do is we will keep the lady here in mind for her English Bulldog. We'll keep Mimi, is it?
Minnie.
Minnie.
That's Minnie Mouse.
Minnie in mind for the French Bulldog.
Do you know why they call her Minnie Mouse?
Why?
Because she's kind of like a grey point. So she's kind of like a dark grey colour.
All right.
And she's got these ears that just stand
So just like Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, exactly. But triangular ears, not round ears. Just
right.
shape.
But along with the other secret painting,
Yes.
right, that we were going to do
Yeah.
is we will also reveal Bulldog Drummond. And he is charged with finding out who Bulldog Drummond is. I suppose neither of you know who Dick Barton is.
Dick Burton. Is it?
Dick Barton.
Oh, Barton. I thought I heard it. Oh, I think it's someone else. Right.
You know who the Archers are?
No.
Everyone knows who the Archers are.
Oh, the Archies! Oh, do.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I thought you said Archie.
Yeah,
or something else.
well, just
No,
at about the
Archies.
time that the Archers started, there was a detective on BBC called Dick Barton, and he went somewhere down. Every kid of 7 or 8 stopped to listen to Dick Barton. You don't know who Dick Barton is. You don't know who Bulldog Drummond is.
Well,
You'll tell me you don't know who 007 is next.
Well, I remember.
I have to
Rhubarb
leave these
custard.
people. They are breaking my heart. Until next week.
See you
Lovely to
soon.
see you, Sarah.
See you soon. Take care.